Hello and welcome to Rotten Commentatoes, episode Insert It Now. Perfect. And I'm not talking about penises. Alright, we're gonna restart this one. I don't know what that was about. I'm so tired. It's Christmas party season, guys. Drink less alcohol, drink more water.
I went to a Christmas party myself last night, and I wore my Christmas sweater, and it's got a picture of Jesus on it, and it says "Come through, it's lit." Great.
I was taking a drink of water, you fuck. Jesus Christ. Oh. Wow. Okay, so I don't actually give a fuck about this movie. And I haven't seen it in about a year, but we have a friend of the show that has been bothering me to watch it for a million years. This episode is going to be about The Visit by M. Night Shyamalan. M. Night Shyamalan's kind of a douche. But we're going to do it anyway. I'm your host, Keegan Robertson, barely. And my co-host, Darren Mortimer, is also probably a little bit hungover. It's good to hear from you. Good.
I should probably be drinking more water.
All right, I got a Gatorade, buddy. Gatorade. I lied when I said it was water.
That's the good stuff.
So I haven't really watched this in a while. You're gonna have to you start it off. Start it off, and I'll pick it up.
Okay, so we start in a bit of an interview situation with the mother of this family. We get a bunch of exposition from her. So she fell in love with a high school substitute teacher of hers, and they ran off and started a family, and it's caused a bit of a rift between her and her parents, and she hasn't spoken to her parents in 19 years. And she did something the day she left that she's clearly not proud of and doesn't wish to share with her children. She says that you can talk to your grandparents about that if they want to tell you. So the father left the family and has completely cut ties with all three of them. And now her two children, her 13-year-old son and her 15-year-old daughter, are off to meet the grandparents for the first time. And the daughter, I guess, is a bit of a film aficionado with her camera, and she's making a documentary.
And so the son is a douchebag.
The son is a rapper. He's a rapper.
It's not a rapper. How can a child that's that shitty have that much self-esteem? I don't understand how you can just keep going and going.
What's his? It's like Diamond J Stylus or something like that. That's his rapper name.
Jesus Christ. I feel like M. Night Shyamalan got beat up a lot in high school, so he tried to make what he used to be like cool in another character. It's like, yeah, he's gonna rap, but it's gonna be quirky and weird, but nobody beats him up after school and says, M. Night, you're a fucking idiot.
I think he's probably a bit of the female character, too, with the whole film thing.
Yeah.
She's a huge film nerd. She drops all these film terminology that nobody at 15 that I knew that much about film. That's for sure.
He's rapping for the second time already.
He's rapping for his grandma about pineapple upside down cake.
The other thing is, like, do they not have any pictures of the grandparents from 19 years ago?
I guess she just was that estranged from her parents that she didn't have any pictures. Just wanted to kind of cut them out of her life. I guess we haven't mentioned yet that this is sort of like found footage style because the daughter's making a documentary, so everything we see is very found footage.
I'm not a big fan of it. Not a big fan of the genre anymore. I feel like it's a lazy way to get a movie to release.
Have you ever seen Cannibal Holocaust?
Isn't that the one where they kill real animals?
Yeah.
No, my buddy always tries to get me to watch it. I'm like, no.
I was going to say that, well, I mean, one of those animals is like a tarantula, and there's a snake that's killed. But
and I think they kill a cow.
No, they don't. They kill a sea turtle and a monkey.
Oh.
But the monkey is killed and eaten by indigenous Amazonian people, so it's kind of almost like documentary footage at that point because they did have a prop monkey and prop monkey brains.
Okay. Oh,
But then
sorry. I'm really misrepresenting the real problem with the movie. Is that it's called fucking Cannibal Holocaust, Darren. I don't
We
want to
should
watch
do
a
an
movie
episode
called
on it.
Cannibal
we
Holocaust.
should do an episode on it. If I had to watch The Visit, you have to watch Cannibal Holocaust.
It seems like watching a movie that's just like, you should kill yourself. You know what I mean? It doesn't make me feel good. Even the title of that
No,
movie.
it's a pretty terrible movie. I mean, it doesn't make you feel very good. It's definitely not a Walt Disney feel good family film. But the reason I brought it up was because
there was a reason. Good.
it's has an interesting take on the found footage genre, and I think it was actually the first found footage film. Is that a lot of the film is shot like a normal movie, but then there's this documentary crew that goes missing.
Yeah.
And they have a search party. This professor from the University of New York goes off with a search party to go and find this missing documentary crew, and they find their footage. So you start to get clips of this found footage, and then the last like 20 minutes of the movie is all this found footage. So you kind of have the separation between traditional composition, framing, and style of a normal movie, with these little bits of found footage sprinkled throughout, which is, I thought, this is kind of a cool way to do found footage. But yeah, it's a super fucked up movie, that's for sure.
What do you think of found footage in general? What do you think?
I think there are a few that kind of stick out, and I think they're really good. I mean, usually they're low budget, so the fact that you can have such a profound impact on an audience with such a small budget, I think is pretty cool. Have you seen Wreck?
Yeah,
Wreck was pretty cool. I haven't watched it in a long time. I've only seen it one time, and I think I was probably like 12 when the movie came out. It was the Blair Witch Project.
Oh yeah, that's a good one.
Which really freaked me out when I watched it, but it really just rooted itself in my mind, and I had really horrible dreams for a couple weeks after that, and it really just fucked with my sleeping.
Yeah.
A lot afterwards.
As this movie is going to do to me tonight.
And the first Paranormal Activity, I think, was pretty well done. Mm-hmm. But other than that, I haven't really been too overly impressed. Cloverfield was fun. I think it was a unique take on monster movies.
But there's only so much you can do. Like, it's all the camera drops at certain times to not reveal the monster. The shaky cam running for the tension. Having something come from off screen. Like, there's only 4 moves that a fucking found footage movie can do.
Yeah.
And that, I find, is just, after you've seen 5 of them, you're like, alright, they're not doing anything new anymore. This is really bad. That's just my opinion.
There was...
I would like for somebody to make another good found footage movie. I don't think it's impossible.
There's a low-budget indie found footage movie called June 9th.
Yeah.
That is really weird, and a lot of it's kind of cheesy, but the last like 10 or 15 so minutes of the film are actually really disturbing.
I thought you were going to say 15 seconds.
No, the last like 15 minutes are quite disturbing.
Is it scary?
Yeah, well, it's a horror movie. I wouldn't say it's not scary. It has moments where it's kind of scary, but it's just the last bit of the movie is quite grotesque and disturbing.
I guess we gotta actually talk about this movie. I got 3 things because I've just been watching it fly by because we are watching it like 2.7. Number 1, your first night in the fucking house and your grandma is wandering around downstairs with all the lights off screaming
and vomiting on the floor.
Number 2, she chases him around the fucking like basement under level of the fucking house. Like, that's a red flag. That's fucking game over. I'm leaving.
Yeah.
I'm calling the cops.
Check you later.
These kids deserve to fucking die. I don't even
stupid?
like. I would be gone so fast. I'd be like, look, Granny, Grandpa, I'll fucking mail you a Christmas card, but I am out. Times 2.
But they're just old people. This is just normal old people problems.
No way, they're crazy old people. They're fucking
I
crazy.
know. Like, that's how they like kind of try to chalk it up. She's like, this is because
It's like
the
dusking or
guy,
whatever.
yeah, the guy is kind of freaked out, and he's telling his sister like there's something wrong, and she's saying, "Oh no, no, they're just old people."
Or like all the shitty diapers.
Yeah, like
Even
the mountain of shitty diapers.
even if your grandparents are like loopy as fuck and borderline dangerous, and then you're like, oh, it's okay, they're just old, they're taking care of themselves, and then they're shitting into diapers and just filling up an entire cottage with them.
Yeah,
Like
and
you
then
gotta be
they
calling, you gotta be
put them
calling
in a
mental health.
fucking bag or something, yo. Like, jeez.
Fucking bury them, something. You didn't just stack them up inside of a
Fucking
house.
shed.
Yeah.
It's like,
Oh, these grandparents are gross.
she's naked, clawing at the door.
I feel like this movie is kind of what's the word? It's like juvenile. It uses poop a lot. The jump scares are very like basic. It feels like M. Night Shyamalan took any nuance that he was going for and just went back to the basics of being able to create a movie that makes sense at all.
Mm-hmm.
And this one's I guess it's a movie.
I'm going to the costume party. He's like getting all dressed up. I'm going to the costume party. Like, that's a costume? That's your costume? Is this like a tuxedo? Is this like a suit and jacket and bow tie? That's not a fucking costume. Going to the costume party.
It's just I can't get over like this movie couldn't happen if these teenagers weren't fucking idiots and pretentious douchebags.
Yeah, the girl is very pretentious. She's talking about her ironic film score.
And like, what about the shit on the camera so that
Yeah, what is that? Like drywall spackle?
something?
It's like, oh, it's just oven cleaner. Like, what? And
the fact
how does this senile old lady know what a fucking webcam is?
Yeah, no shit. Oh shit! Like she's so stupid that she's throwing diapers into like a little cottage, but she's smart enough to be like, oh no, you can't. Your mom won't know that we're not your grandparents.
Well, no, I think the old guy's the one stashing the diapers, but she has some. She is crazier than the old guy. I think the old lady's nuttier.
She's about to put the daughter in the oven.
Oven. That part was so weird.
Get in the oven.
Get in the oven. Like this fucking Hansel and Gretel.
Deeper.
This is Hansel and Gretel right here. Very original, M. Night.
To what end? Thematically, the things that she wants done and the crazy shit that she does is just like weird escalations, but they don't make sense. Like, why?
And they don't go anywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if she was like, "Oh, I want to eat the children" at some point, I'd be like, "Okay, that's why she's putting her in the oven." That's just like, no, I just do crazy stuff, just whatever feels right, you know. Just chase them around like a dog.
I think that's just M. Night thinking, okay, how can I make this freaky for the kids?
Yeah.
What like super weird freaky shit could an old lady do? Oh, ask them to get in the oven.
I've always been a fan of supernatural stuff in like a found footage.
Yeah,
because it kind of makes sense. Like this movie would be cool if it was like there was like a demon temple underneath, and then they were gonna cook the kids and fuck them up, and that's why they were all crazy and shit. But just being old and senile is not enough for me.
well, I think they're a little bit beyond old and senile.
They're old and senile crazy people from like a crazy
they're super crazy. Like what she did is she put her grandkids or her kids in a suitcase and threw them in a pond so they could go to another planet.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's one of
Forgot about
those.
that. That was cute.
Super,
Oh god, dude. Okay, when the grandma is crawling around, and she runs past the camera twice, and then she's like running up, crawling towards the camera, and it's like nighttime, and they're in the room, and she's trying to like get in the room.
oh yeah, when they plant the camera to spy on them at
Genuinely
night.
so fucking disturbing.
Oh yeah, dude. I watched this alone last night in my room on my computer with my headphones on, and that freaked me right out.
But
She pops up.
once again, there's just like no payoff for it.
Yeah, she's so feral. Like, why does she turn so feral at night?
And then they try to explain it away as there's a legit thing where old people
Sundowner.
yeah, sundowning, and that's not what happens. If old people turned into fucking half werewolves every time the sun went down, we'd have a very different society. I'll tell you that much. I want to see the movie where just all old people are like that in M. Night Shyamalan's world.
I like it how the girl tries to rationalize it for no reason. It's like, oh, she's sundowning. It's like talking in your sleep. No, it's not like talking in your sleep. She's walking around naked, clawing at doors, crawling around on the floor, vomiting up stuff. No, that's not that's not like talking in your sleep. I'm sorry.
Also, what kind of fucked up abusive household do you come from where it's just normal to have somebody clawing at your fucking door and trying to put you in the oven and shit? Just like, yeah, mom's exactly like this, actually.
I did find the movie entertaining. It's a better movie than Valerian.
Yeah, as tough as that is to say, because I was really disappointed by this movie's ending. M. Night Shyamalan continually makes half a good movie and then half a bad one.
Yeah,
and jams them together.
With a few exceptions.
Yeah, like The Last Airbender is all bad. Tons of them are all bad.
No, but I mean, I think I personally really like The Sixth Sense and The Village.
Yeah, of course, but that's the hubris of a director being like making one good thing and then not being able to understand why it was good, and then making fucking 8 more movies that gonna suck.
Yeah. Well, I think
The Happening.
I feel this like a lot of The Happening was this is good. That's another example. It's like half of a good movie, half of a bad movie, but a lot of the acting was very strange in that movie.
Mark Wahlberg can't act. He just is Mark Wahlberg.
But that was just a unique level of bad. I don't know if it was like a weird style that they were going for that just ended up falling flat.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen Lady in the Water. Was that one good? I haven't seen Lady in the Water. Was that one good?
It was kind of cheesy.
Okay, what's the significance of the lady coming over bringing the bacon?
Well, I guess there's 2 people that come because the grandparents volunteer at this hospital.
Oh, okay.
And so a couple of times people from the hospital come over to visit them. And the first one's a doctor from the hospital, and he's saying he was stopping by to say hi and that he had an interesting piece of kind of gossip to tell them. Which is kind of like, do doctors do that?
Do doctors gossip?
Do doctors gossip with non-doctors?
Hey kids. Hey little kids, come here. Come here, get closer to me. There's escaped crazy people around here.
Yeah, like I think because like obviously that's the gossip is that 2 people got away and killed their actual grandparents, which was I thought it was a neat twist. It was fun.
I went to a party last night with doctors. There's a ton of doctors there. Doctors get fucked up, dog. Doctors get fucked up.
Doctors party.
They party. They are rich. And they party. Just don't think doctors don't gossip.
I really like the the moment where the kids are talking to their mom and they finally have the webcam cleaned off. They're just like, "Mom, we gotta get the fuck out of here. These people are like, Nana and Grandpa are nuts." Like, she walks around at night with a knife and just clawing at doors and shit. And, and then she's like, "I need you to come and get us." Like, what mother would say, "Really? Like, that's such a long drive." Like, like what? Like, no, she would be in the fucking car. Like, but I liked it when they fixed the webcam on the old people, and then she's like, "Guys, that's not your grandparents. Where are your grandparents?" Like, oh shit.
Oh, so creepy.
That's the moment of like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, that is when I would, as a 15-year-old, I would be looking for something sharp or blunt, and I'd be packing my shit. I'd be calling the cops. I wouldn't be fucking in the house waiting.
Wait, are you using a blunt instrument to pack your shit? Woo!
No.
You dummy.
No.
What are you talking about?
That comes later.
You're misrepresenting yourself all over the place.
Oh, god damn it. I would be ready to fuck these old people up, okay? I'd be ready to be bashing heads or stabbing. I wouldn't just be like, okay, I'm going to sit around and wait for my mom to drive across the fucking state to come and get me. Like, no, that's not happening.
Well,
I'm getting out of here. I'm going to break a couple hips and I'm going to GTFO.
They're both allowed out of the house. Like, the one girl's playing with the ball outside the house right now. Like, why not just run for it? You guys are fucking retarded. I get sorry for using the R word, but you guys are fucking stupid. Get out now. What's this like Scooby-Doo-esque need to solve the mystery? You guys are gonna die. Don't be stupid.
Yeah. Don't be stupid. Who's gonna sit? Oh, these crazy strangers have pretended to be my grandparents for a week, and I'm living in their house, and they're acting strange, and they're walking around with knives. Let's wait for mom to come and get us. No. I would get a weapon, and I would leave the house, and if they tried to stop me, I would use said weapon. I'd be like, stay the fuck away, you crazy old people. We're leaving. See you later.
Also, where's that lady go that yells at them? Like, hey, you guys don't live here, you crazy old people. You don't own this house. And she just
They kill her.
They kill her?
Yeah, they kill her, dude. Later on, when they're playing board games and they're trying to run, and like just before they try to escape out of the door, and then the grandpa finds them. Well, the crazy old bastard who's pretending to be their grandpa finds them. She's hanging from a fucking tree in the backyard, man.
Oh fuck! Totes didn't remember that.
Yeah,
You spoiled it for me. You spoiled it for me.
Huh?
You spoiled the movie.
It's funny that you mentioned Scooby-Doo, because at the end of Valerian, I totally forgot to say this, but at the end of Valerian, when they've got the Clive Owens character, it's a total Scooby-Doo moment where they're like, "Oh, it was Mr. Smith with a mask." Like, it's just the way that they break down.
I would have got away with taking over the galaxy if it wasn't for you, Valerian.
Yeah, pretty much. It was so fucking Scooby-Doo.
Fuck. I hope Clive Owen got paid real well for that bullshit.
Do you? Oh, fuck. I feel like shit.
My grandpa, speaking of crazy sundowners, my grandpa just texted me and he's like, "You wanted help?" I haven't talked to him in like 5 days.
Maybe he's talking about the office space that you wanted to use.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. No, I talked to him about that. He should understand what that is.
I like it when the little kids throw the ball up. He's throwing the ball up in the air, and then he spins around and tries to catch it. And he's like, "This is what kids do when they play." Oh my god.
And now she's like showing. He's using the webcam to show his mom what the guys are doing. It's like, Your mom doesn't even want to come get you. Why are you showing her where they are? She doesn't care about you.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. What motivation did they have to show the grandparents on the webcam?
Oh my god. Okay, we gotta pause for a second. I gotta find out what the fuck he's talking about. He's still texting me. I'm just gonna leave the recording on. I'm just gonna do the call and I'm gonna cut it out. Or I won't. Let's see how good the call is.
Let's see how good the call is. P.S. He's not your grandpa.
Get out of the house. Hey, what's up?
Well, you said you needed help with something the other day. That you were maxed out on your credit card or something.
Oh yeah. No, I just I have to call the Indian band just to make sure that they'll reimburse. Like I want to find out what the time frame is on when they reimburse, and then I'll get you to put that on your credit card, and then I'll pay you when she puts the direct deposit in my thing. But I have to talk to her on Monday. I sent her an email.
Oh, okay. You'll let me know.
Yeah, exactly. All right, thank you, appreciate it. All right, well, the whole podcast knows that I got a maxed out credit card. That's nice.
It's okay. I didn't max my credit card out, but I didn't pay it for a while, and then they cut me off, and then they put me into a collections agency. So I've been paying this collections agency off.
Okay, I have a good one. I have a collections agency story. My new roommate moved in, and he got Shaw to set up our line with like a better connection. He upgraded our connection. So from like August 1st until November, I didn't pay my Shaw bill. I paid my roommate because he had upgraded the service, right? So we're paying like $100 a month. So I'm giving him the money. And then in like November, they call me and they're like, "Hey man, you haven't paid your Shaw bill in like 3 months." I'm like, "Excuse me? You took my fucking router 3 months ago. I don't have an internet connection. I have a wire that is connected to a new router for which I pay a third of. But I don't have that router anymore. How the fuck are you charging me for a service that I haven't been using for 3 months? Like, do you not do any homework? Like, if somebody moves out of a house and their connection goes down to 0 and somebody else hooks up a new one, do you just keep charging the fucking guy? It's ridiculous." So then I'm like, okay, look, when did my connection go to 0 kilobytes per second? When did I stop using any data? And he's like, it's like August 5th. I was like, okay, I'll pay until August 5th, and I'm not going to pay for anything else. Or I said, like, till the end of that month or whatever. But I'm not paying the other 2 fucking months. He's like, okay, I'll do that. Write it down here that we're going to take 2 months off your bill. So then, like, 2 days later, I get a call from a collections agency, and they were billing me for the whole amount.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not ever paying this, but that's also fucking over my credit, so eventually I'm going to have to pay it. But that fucking son of a bitch at Shaw, he's just like, "Yeah, we'll do that for you." He's meanwhile probably dialing me into the collection agency.
Dialing collections agency while you're still on the line.
I was fucking furious. And it's not like I couldn't pay for it. It's like $300 or something, but it's just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, that's a lot of money to just throw away.
Well, and like, they took my ability to use their product. That'd be like renting a car, but they took your tires. It's like, yeah, man, yeah, for sure, you can have this car, and we'll just we'll take the tires and we'll put them on your buddy's car, and you pay for those tires still, though. You can't drive yours.
That's fucked.
And this has nothing to do with the visit. Jessica's gonna be pissed.
I think she's gonna be pissed because you don't like the movie. She clearly really likes it.
She knows. She knows that everything that she loves, I will shit on.
What other movies does she like?
I don't know. She's probably not gonna ask no more because we did such a bang up job on this one. Played it at the fastest speed possible. Didn't watch it. Took a phone call. Took a phone call in the middle of it.
That's why I texted you, like, "Are we recording tomorrow?" Because I didn't want to go and watch it for nothing. Because then we wouldn't be reviewing it for like a couple weeks.
Backing up a little bit to the bodies, that was a good payoff.
Yeah,
that was a good payoff. Whatever Grandma's doing in this scene, being all fucking find the teacup in the bed sheet, not interested.
teacup in the bed sheet.
I'm pretty sure find the teacup in the bed sheet is like an old euphemism for finger banging.
Oh my god. That makes sense.
Yeah. But I don't give a fuck what Granny's doing. I kept expecting her to turn into like a monster, but she was just an old lady.
Find the teacup in the bed sheet? Is that like a euphemism for like a solo thing?
That's like I think I saw it on Family Guy. It was like Stewie was being told to find the teacup in the bed sheet. So I'm assuming the teacup is the hole.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, is it like a solo thing? Like, are you finding your own teacup?
No, I think it's like
No,
a predatory,
it's like
predatory thing.
Oh, a
Like
predatory thing.
Kevin Spacey would be telling somebody to find the teacup in the bed sheet.
Oh my god. Holy shit.
I want to find your manhole teacup.
This is black tea. And this teacup is a dark tea.
This stinky tea. This teacup.
Stinky tea. Oh fuck. Okay,
I'm
this
so nasty.
this whole fucking thing, this whole thing where she keeps panning the camera over to like fire pokers and shit.
Yeah.
Pick one of those up.
Dude, she's a filmmaker. She's fucking useless.
She's not. She is useless, but is it because she's a filmmaker, or is it because she's just a fucking idiot?
No, I hated her the most.
Like there's that part in the earlier on in the movie when he comes in and she's looking over her footage of her and her grandma in quotations, her grandma's hand, and he's like, "Oh, that makes me want to cry," and she's like, "Do you know that that's what I was consciously going for? I hate soppy movies." Like, and she just has these. Anytime she talks about filmmaking or films, it's just so ridiculous.
Yeah. And what does the mom say at the end of this bullshit? Hey, I'm the biggest, stupidest idiot in the whole world, and my kids didn't die. Great job.
Yeah, you'd think you would show them a picture like these are the people you're looking for. These are the old people. This is what these old people look like. And I like it how when they're running out of the house and the cops show up, they play that music from an old musical that she was going to use to underscore her documentary as an ironic soundtrack. And then they use it ironically. Because it's like this happy, joyful music.
Yeah. I'm gonna start an association called Dash G, and that's Dudes Against Secret Grandparents.
They're out there.
Or scary grandparents. Dudes
They're
Against
out
Scary
there.
Grandparents. And they're
They're
gonna
out
have
there.
to like we're gonna put into legal legislation that if you go to meet your grandparents for the first time, that you have to bring a picture. I mean, in her defense, like I would never be concerned about that. I'd be like, yeah, you can go meet your grandparents, so it's just not the grandparents.
Yeah.
And it's not really her fault. But like, she probably could have got freaked out a little sooner. Grandma's throwing around with a knife and she's trying to kill us. Oh, shut the fuck up.
I'll be there tomorrow, sweetie. Like, no, you need to come and get us now, Mom. Do you know how long it'll take me to get there? Like, what? What the fuck?
Fend for yourselves, children. He's like 12 now. It's
Oh,
no
he's
time
rapping.
that you learned how to stop a knife attack.
He's rapping again.
Oh, fuck. I actually didn't mind the last rap. I thought that was pretty funny.
He's rapping about getting like a shitty diaper rubbed on his face and using like 2 Dove bars to clean it off, and he ends his rap with "Shit don't taste like chicken."
Oh, that young whippersnapper.
Yeah. One of the things that kind of bothered me was she's got this fancy like Canon camcorder with that is obviously a better quality, takes better quality video than her mom's old DSLR.
Yeah.
So why don't they look different? I think the B camera footage should have looked different than the.
Darren, now you're being annoying film nerd.
I'm just saying it should have looked different. Should have
Okay.
looked different.
Okay, nitpick. What's your rapper name? Nitpick.
That's my rapper name?
Yeah.
No way. My rapper name's MC Blue Skies.
Yo, my name's Darren, and I concentrate on the camera. I'm a big fan of the kid, even though he is a stammerer. I like diapers in my mouth and old ladies on my cheeks. I like to find the teacup, even when it's in the bed sheets.
Oh my god. Teacup in the bed sheets. That's what you should name this episode.
Fuck, I
Teacup
usually
in the
actually
bed
could spit
sheets.
a verse or two. That was terrible.
And then we find out at the end that because this whole time the daughter has been trying to get forgiveness for her mother from the grandparents for leaving, and then but we find out that it was the mom who had totally cut the parents off.
Yeah,
And
and now they're
that-
dead. So that's
And now they
that's
got
a rosy-
and they got murdered.
that's a
And the
rosy
message,
ending.
yeah, the moral of the story is don't hold on to your anger.
Let it flow through you.
Don't hold on to your anger, Luke. It leads to the dark side.
How about how mad people are about Star Wars?
What do you mean?
The audience score is like 58%.
What?
Yeah, people don't like it.
Oh, fuck them.
Critics
I loved
love
it.
it. Critics love it.
I love that shit. There was a couple things that I told you I wasn't a fan of. Mostly being just that one moment that I felt like was just so deflated.
Yeah, we just
When
talked
Luke-
about it for an hour and a half. It's okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. Hey,
I'm
you're the one who brought it
I'm
up.
just updating the story. We don't have to go backwards.
Brought it up. You brought it up. But I mean, 50%. That's not enough for me not to like the movie because I didn't like one moment or a few moments.
No, they're super mad about like just what they did with what they did with Kylo Ren and Snoke. And that's I think because they changed directors. Anyway, this has nothing to do with The Visit. The Visit is over. It's like watch it once, I guess, to just
Yeah, if you like horror movies, if you like
horror
M. Night
movies-
Shyamalan, then you'll definitely like it.
If you like M. Night Shyamalan, fuck you.
Have you ever watched The Devil?
Yeah, I did.
I didn't
thought
watch it.
It was not
That
the worst. Not the worst one.
It's about an evil elevator.
I
That's such a terrible idea. Like
enjoyed it.
who pitches? Could you imagine pitching that movie to somebody? Like you finally sitting down with some big Hollywood hotshot film producer. All right, kid, tell me a story. All right, so get this. There's an elevator. And it's evil. It's an evil elevator. It's a sentient. It's possessed by the devil, and it traps people inside. Like,
Okay, in what world is that not a great movie? Think about the budget for that, though. Think about the budget. He probably funded that with like 10 grand.
yeah, I guess maybe
You need a couple fucking LEDs and an old elevator.
it's a pretty ridiculous idea.
Okay. Yeah, whatever. Where's your movie?
Hey, hey, man, you're worse on movies than I am. Fuck you.
I gotta be worse on you than anything, though, Darren. Do you not understand how hard I gotta just
The life
grind
of a
you down? I just gotta grind you down.
No one will ever know the brutality of being a co-host.
He cries. He's got a stammer now too. I saw him when we went to the movie, and he's a real mess.
Split. Have you seen Split? That was supposed to be good actually.
No,
I've
it's
heard good things about
fucking
it.
horrible.
Oh, really? I gotta watch it.
Do it. I'll do an
I
episode.
gotta
on
watch it.
Split
I wonder what
and
he's
how
doing
stupid it
next.
is.
What did I want to do? What he's doing
He's
next?
probably gonna do like the laziest mythology of all time, continuing on. He just likes to throw shit into his movies. It's like, hey, look, I'm gonna put one thing in the beginning, and then I'm gonna call back to it at the end, and everybody's gonna think I'm smart.
Well, there's a
Well, he
movie
does.
called Glass.
He doesn't have like a 2-layer system. He's got like 1.5 layers. It's like you're gonna see this at the beginning, and you're gonna be like, whoa, he brought it up at the end. Fuck you.
Glass.
All right, let's. It's almost 40 minutes. Oh, Jesus. I need another Gatorade. Goodbye, Darren.
See
Godspeed
ya.
on your little trip.
Yeah,
Trip to.
it should be good as long as my shoulder pain goes away.
Yeah. Did we talk about the shoulder pain on the podcast?
No, I don't think so.
Good. Good.